Hi, I'm Louise the Model Maker here at Timber Kits, and I'm going to show you how to get through some of the trickiest stages of building the pianist. On page 7, when you're gluing the end piece on, I find it easiest to leave this on its back. Put this loose dowel in here, as that helps with the clicking noise of the piano keys, and then put glue there, on there, and around there. I'm just going to turn this around, bring that back, and you have to have several pairs of hands to do this. You have to line up there, and then there. Now I find it easiest at this point. Sometimes these move, so if you've got some sellotape or masking tape preferably, put some masking tape over there and at the front just to hold it in place flat on the table while this is gluing. Still on page 7, we're threading the cams on now. I find it easy if you get them all paired in a line and then just thread them on. 2 round ones, 5 with flats. Then this cam, I just sand off some of the sharp corners and then just wax all around that outside edge. And thread that on. Then 1 round, another 5 with flats. Two rounds, feed through to there, and then just put a small amount of glue inside that spacer, wipe off any excess, roll that round as you put it on, and just turn the handle to make sure it's not too tight, and leave to dry. Now to glue the cams, start at one end, tiny blob of glue, you don't need much at all, and always roll them to roll the glue into the joint. Take it as near as you dare without gluing it to the side. And the next one, roll it up and that'll take the glue along with it. Don't have to do it in exactly the position of the key. And what you're trying to do is line them up above each key, as near as you can, and get them as straight as you can. Now you've got to the flats, you need to just randomly glue them so the flats are at different angles. It's not important, all it does is make the keys click up and down at different points. So there's no scientific reasoning behind it. Just move them along. Like that. And the small one I always tend to put backwards like that. Now as you get to the end you'll realise you're running out of room for gluing. I'll do a couple more, and then what I do is I just put glue in between all of them like this. Don't worry about that. And then push them along, get the glue in between every one. And on that last one I just push it right to the outside edge and spin it backwards and forwards. Then move them backwards above the keys, randomly changing the flat surfaces. It's a little bit tricky because you kind of knock them. And just turn the handle, make sure you haven't got any pushed up together like that one. And that one. That's fine. And leave them to dry. Now we're on page 9 still, and I'm going to contradict the instructions slightly here. You can't actually have it laid on its front because the keys are higher than the sides. So I lay it on its back. And I don't glue these as one unit and then put them on as the instructions show. I glue them one at a time, and you'll see why in a minute. So you glue the black piece on. Then you put glue on the shallow angle. Just push it up to there. Then put glue on that large surface and a little bit on the end. Now, line that up like that and you'll see if that had already been glued it wouldn't have worked. You just need to play around with it and that's fine. Leave to dry. We're on page 13 now and you'll have constructed the hands, and I just wanted to show you how floppy they should be. Now to get them that floppy you will need to, in advance of putting the fingers in place, just sand out in between these grooves any splinters of wood, and you might even want to wax each finger so that it's really nice and floppy. If you get any that drop right down like that, just cut the end of a cocktail stick and just glue it to the back of the groove, whether it be in the fingers or the thumb, and it'll just be enough to stop it falling right down.
3, 2, 1.
The most crucial part of the pianist to get right is the gluing of the 76mm long peg that's underneath. This adjusts the height of the fingers from the keyboard. You put a blob of glue on the end of the peg before you push it into here. And then before the glue dries you need to turn it back up on its feet and turn the handle slowly. After about 5 minutes gently turn the handle. It should lift up about that much. It's not lifting up much at all. You need to snip a little piece off the end of the 3x76mm and then push it back in together again, and that'll bring it so it tips higher. If it's going too high you need to lengthen it, so just pull it slightly out of the bracket you've pushed it into, and again give it another 5 minutes and then try again and it should have adjusted to the right height.